All right, welcome back to WMMA Now with your host, Chuck Stevenson, coming at you with a couple of news items out of the Ultimate Fighting Championship. So first up, strawweight bout between Jinh Frey and Loma Lookboonmee is being targeted for UFC event scheduled for October 3rd. This item was first reported by Farah Hanoun and John Morgan of MMA Junkie. Just want to get those sources out there. Taking a look at this bout, let's see, Jinh Frey coming in 9-5, Loma Lookboonmee coming in 4-2. Both ladies are coming off a loss. Frey to her Kay Hansen in her UFC debut 3 weeks back. Loma Lookboonmee coming off the loss to Angela Hill 4 months ago. Frey is the older fighter, 35, to Lookboonmee's 24 years. Frey is the taller fighter, 5 feet 3 inches, 160 centimeters tall, to Lookboonmee's 5 feet 1 inch, 155 centimeters tall. And Frey will have a 3-inch reach advantage, 65 inches, 165 centimeters to Lookboonmee's 62 inches, 157 centimeters for Lookboonmee. I like this fight, especially considering I had the same idea back when I did the review for Jinh Frey versus Kay Hansen. I said this was a match to make. The thumbnail you're looking at is the same one that I used in that video. Here you have two former atomweights now in the UFC at strawweight, where they're both very small strawweights. This is the kind of matchup you want to see. You know, two people that are around the same size, instead of doing, what they did to Holm, where they put her up against, 3 of her 4 opponents are now up at flyweight. And you had an atomweight in her there. So this is some good matchmaking. I definitely agree with it, especially considering I came up with it. Not that I'm taking credit for the UFC doing this. I just think that they're smarter. They were smart enough to see that this is a good match to be made here. As far as the fight goes, you got two fighters who like to strike, don't like going to the ground as much, but can, get by there if they need to. Lookboonmee is definitely going to go for the higher volume there, and definitely more well-rounded as a striker. She's better in the clinch. She's going to throw a lot more low kicks than Frey will. Frey is more of a passive striker, doesn't throw a whole lot of volume, likes to look for counter. She's going to basically look to counter Lookboonmee's volume with her power. It's kind of like when she fought against Ashley Cummins. Cummins was throwing more volume. Frey was going for the heavy hitter, heavy punches. I think she's not going to want to do that, though, against Loma Lookboonmee, because Lookboonmee is going to throw a lot of volume and a lot of variety of strikes that Frey is going to need to throw a lot more than just look for the big punches here. So those are my thoughts on that fight. Also in the news, Irene Aldana versus Holm, or Holm versus Irene Aldana, was originally scheduled for August 1st. The headline, Dana White announced during an IG live session with Ronda Rousey that fight is now being moved to headline the same event on October 3rd. Irene Aldana released a statement on her Instagram. It's in both Spanish and English, so you have to scroll right for the Spanish or the English if you don't read Spanish. I'll just go ahead and read the whole thing. I deeply thank the fans and all the media for their messages of support and the interest shown in the news of the postponement of my fight, 1st August versus Holm. We are going through a very complicated world situation, and my country is no exception, COVID-19. Despite the fact that we have made a camp in total isolation and with the health measures recommended by the authorities, unfortunately, I had some symptoms, and in the pertinent examinations, it was positive. I am still recovering. The first days were complicated in terms of symptoms, but I am much better. You know my professionalism and my interest in a commitment of this size. My enthusiasm and preparation is and will be total. I deeply thank the UFC, its president Dana White, matchmaker Mick Maynard, and my opponent and her team for the understanding shown. We will be ready for the new date that the company assigns us within the next few months. Any comments or queries, please, through Margaret Booking and PR. My link with all you guys, listed the phone number, listed the email. Once again, thanks for your understanding and support always. Irene, Aldana, Robles. So very unfortunate to see Aldana as another fighter come down with the COVID-19. Very unfortunate. Hopefully, she recovers fully. Of course, I wish her a full recovery from that. Anyway, let's look at the match. I know we did this during the first announcement. Let's take a look at it again. Holm's coming in 13-5. Aldana coming in 12-5. Holm coming off a win over Raquel Pennington 6 months ago. Prior to that was the knockout loss to Amanda Nunes. Aldana coming in off of 2 straight wins. First over Vanessa Mello 10 months ago, and then the very impressive knockout win over Ketlin Vieira 7 months ago. Holm is the older fighter, 38 years to Aldana's 32 years. Aldana is 1 inch taller, 5 feet 9 inch, 175 centimeters to Holm's 5 feet 8 inches, 173 centimeters in height. However, Holm has a very slight reach over Aldana. 69 inches, 175 centimeters to Aldana's 68.5 inch, 174 centimeters. So what Aldana has in height, Holm makes up for in having those long arms and broad shoulders. Should be an interesting matchup. I don't expect too much excitement out of it. Mostly I expect Holm to suck the life out of the arena and and Wallenstall her way to a decision. Hopefully Aldana doesn't allow that to happen and comes through with the win. I think everybody is just sick and tired of Holly Holm at this point. I like her. She's a very likable person. But man, her fights just... they're just boring anymore. She hasn't really had an exciting fight that she won since the Ronda Rousey fight. Aldana usually gets into some good scraps. So, personally, I'm pulling for Aldana, but I think Holm's going to take it. Anyway, that's it for these couple of news items. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Of course, likes are always appreciated, and if you like the video, please share it as well. And what are you waiting for? Subscribe to WMMA Now, the most complete women's mixed martial arts dedicated platform on YouTube. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.